Derby County have had a great start to life back in the EFL Championship and are so far sitting in a really decent position heading into this international break. And in my opinion, we've seen some players turn up, we've seen some players not quite hit their levels, and we're obviously going to see some players who I think can get better but look really good on the numbers at the moment. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the squad. We're going to look at some of the numbers behind the season so far in the Championship. I do think we've performed quite well at home. Obviously, I think away from home it's been a bit more topsy-turvy, not really any solid foundations to build on there yet, but that's something which we'll look at across the course of this video. Now, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL content which is heading your way. Obviously, I've got my other channels. They'll be going down across the bottom, so make sure you do go and check them out. But shall we get into the Derby County squad? Now, we look here at the squad that we have available to us, and I certainly think we've got some really good players in here. There's some players who I think we need to see a little bit more of before we can make a true, honest opinion of them. I think the likes of Joe Ward hasn't really played many minutes this season. Obviously, Jake Rooney hasn't played at all yet. I think Ben Osborne, it's been a bit up and down, obviously, with injuries and things like that. You look at Liam Thompson being out with injury, as well as David Ozo's picked up some injuries. And you look, obviously, at the forwards as well. And I think Corey Blackett-Taylor deserves a lot more opportunity. Connor Washington is someone who obviously hasn't had an opportunity yet. I personally think he'll probably be out the door, as well as Tom Barkhazen in the January transfer window. I think Tawanda Chiwa has sort of shown... what's he shown? He's shown spells of good, but nothing really over the top. Now, if we do go and look at the numbers behind the season so far, if we look at our top goal scorers list, it's Nelson, Jackson, Kenzo. They're all on 2, and then you've got Blackett-Taylor, Forsyth, Ozo, Adams, Wilson and Harness all on 1 goal, which I don't think it's that bad. I think we're sharing the goals around, which is really good. It would be nice to obviously see Jerry Yates score. If we look on the assist column, you've got Mendes Lang on 3, but remember, he takes set pieces, so and we're quite good from them, so it doesn't surprise me that he's on 3. You've then got Caden Jackson on 2, Elders on 1, Yates is on 1, Forsyth is on 1 as well. Obviously, your goals and assists put together, it's Jackson, Mendes Lang and Kenzo. Our best player, according to FootMob, is Nathaniel Mendes Lang. I do have to argue with that a little bit. I think he gets a little bit of... I do think he gets a bit of stick that's unwarranted, but I don't necessarily think he's been our best player to start off this season. I think... Ultimately, I think the fact that he takes set pieces and things like that, it gives him the opportunity to boost his numbers, which obviously boosts his rating a little bit. And we'll see that later down the line when we go and look into chances created and things like that, where he's leading the way by a mile. But when you look at how many corners we've had, it also links in. You look at Kenzo, I do agree. I think he's been really good. Same as David Ozo, obviously. Picked up that injury at a really, really horrible time for him. We then go on to Caden Jackson, who I think has been really good. A little bit off the boil in the previous game, but I think he'll come back rejuvenated and ready to go. Zetterstrom, massive player for us. Can see why he's in the top 5. And then the last one in the 7s is Ibu Adams, which doesn't surprise me at all. Works really hard, really good defensive player. Someone you certainly want in your team. Now, if we go through the expected goals, Caden Jackson 1.8, Ibu Adams 1.4, Cashin on 1, Kenzo on 0.9. The fact that Tom Barkhazen is higher than your likes of Mendes Lang, your likes of Jerry Yates, I think it speaks volumes for the way we've performed recently. And it's one of those for me that you look at this Derby County squad and we've got talent in those attacking areas. We just don't necessarily know how to use it. Nat Phillips leading the shots per 90 is absolutely incredible. Big chances created. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that notification bell to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County content, which is coming on a daily basis on this channel. We're working really hard to try and hit 1.4 thousand subscribers by Christmas. I know that you can help me, so make sure you hit that big red button. Mendes Lang 5, Callum Elder 2, Caden Jackson 1. But if you look at chances created, and this is something which I do want to talk about, right? It's 17 over the course of this season at 2.5 per game. Next one is Ben Osborne, then it's Kenzo, Yates, Jackson, and then obviously you've got the rest here. And I want to be completely honest, I don't necessarily believe that he has created 17 chances that it suggests. I want to see if we can see how many set pieces he's taken. I don't know. You can't see it. You can't see set pieces taken, but can we see, if we click on Derby County, can we go to team stats and see set pieces, corners, that's crosses, corners. So we have had, where are we? We are corners. We've had 52 corners in this division, and I bet Mendez-Lang's took about 20 of them. So for me, as much as I do appreciate what Mendez-Lang brings to the team, I don't necessarily think that the chances he created are as of high quality as you'd anticipate. I do think he creates some good chances. I think he works really hard up and down the wing, but I do think there's more for us to see from him this season. I think Caden Jackson as well is normally on the other end of the chances being created, but I do think he can do more on that right hand side or left hand side, wherever he plays. The fact that Tom Barkane is in this list is really surprising for me, considering like the lack of minutes he's played. But obviously you've then got mainly the defensive quartet there, and for me, I do think we've got some good players to create good chances. If you look over here, expected assists, Mendez-Lang, Kenzo, and then a big drop off to Ben Osborne. I do think that we've got some good players. I do think we've got some good created opportunities. You look at the big chances that we've missed. Cashin 3, Jackson 2, Adams 2. That one versus Cardiff in the final minute, I don't think he'll ever live down. Jerry Yates has missed a couple. Blackett Taylor's missed one. Kenzo, Mendez-Lang, Bradley and Barkane have all missed a big chance of their own. I think this squad is missing something in terms of creation. I don't think we're in a position where we don't create chances. I do think we create chances, and if we can find it on here, did they do a chance created one? No, I don't think they do they? Big chances. We've had 19 and missed 14, which obviously isn't great. But expected goals wise, 18th, 9.4, which obviously isn't great. And I think when you look at Derby County and you look at what we've done so far this season, I do think that in a lot of these brackets we're where we need to be. Mid-table for yellow cards, for possession won in the final third, we're really low down, which doesn't surprise me because we've sat deep. Saves per match, 3.1. I don't think that's horrendous. Fouls, 13.1. Clearances, I'm not surprised to see us 7th. We're really good at clearing the ball and intercepting the play, which you can see here. We're 2nd. Successful tackles per match, we're 4th. XG for conceded, 10.7. Mid-table for that. Corners, we're in the mid-table with 52. Touches in the opposition box isn't high enough for my liking. Accurate passes, am I surprised that we're one of the lowest teams? Absolutely not. Long balls per match, we're 8th. Crosses per match, we're 10th, which I am actually quite surprised about. Big chances missed, 10th. Big chances created, 10th. Shots on target per match, 3.8, which is quite low down. Average possession, we're 23rd. Clean sheets, we are 6th, which I think shows how good we are in a defensive capacity. But it's something which I do think we do need to work on, having more possession and being able to be defensively solid. Expected goals, we're 18th, which isn't good. We need to boost that. Goals conceded, 12th, 1.3. Goals per match, 1.38. Foot mob rating puts us in 12th. Now, if we look at the league table here, and we sit 12th in the division, but if we go to the XG and where we'd expect to be, it has us in 14th. So we're currently overperforming what we're expected to do based on our performances, and that does not surprise me in the slightest. I do think, obviously, you look at the home form, we're sitting in the playoffs. You look at the away form, we're sitting at rock bottom of the table. Hopefully that can change going into the game versus Millwall. Obviously, in the last 5 games, we're sitting in 17th position, which obviously isn't a bad thing. Safety is what we're craving this season. Now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments on how you think the squad's performing so far. I think we've done fairly decently to this point. I think we will improve, and I do think we'll get better. We just need to start picking up some points on the road. I think we're 38 points away from safety, which I think is less than I think it's just over a point a game, sorry, which I do think is easily doable for Derby County this season. Obviously, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in my next video.